Hey guys, welcome back. Please leave a like so this video is recommended to others, and hit that subscribe button so you can keep seeing videos just like this.
I'm working this job. I came out on the deck to look at the ocean, and I saw this semicircle of lights that keeps flicking on and off. What the f is that?
Dude better take his butt home before he gets abducted. I think they're starting to use the clouds to camouflage. As soon as this whole drone thing started happening, it just got foggier and foggier and cloudier. So you tell me, man.
So I'm currently sat here with the spirit birds of the Witawai tribe in the highlands of Papua New Guinea. These guys sit here by the waterfall, the sacred waterfall, and protect it from outsiders, from bad deeds, and they are pretty scary. You will not harm me. No? Hopefully not. But yeah, the highlands of Papua New Guinea is a fascinating place. I love it here.
I don't think he's supposed to be there. Dude's hanging out with Slipknot. Why is our lunch talking? Yeah, I don't know how this dude is so chill about this. Don't they like attack anybody that comes near their island? Like, look at this dude over here. That is pure nightmare fuel. It's like he doesn't realize he's the outsider that they're guarding against. What a T-Rex actually sounded like. Why is that so much worse than the roar from Jurassic Park? That's like so much worse. That does make more sense. They almost sound like they croak like a gator.
The longest lasting battery is finally here. Forget having to charge your phone every night. This will last for years. Scientists have managed to squeeze nuclear energy into a tiny wafer made from diamond. Just a millimeter thick, this battery uses a small amount of carbon-14, an unstable radioactive gas, meaning it constantly shoots out particles that can harm us, called radioactive decay. But these ejecting particles also produce energy. They trap this gas inside the hardest material they can find, in this case synthetic lab-grown diamond, which absorb the radiation produced by the carbon-14, making sure it doesn't leak out, keeping us safe from its harmful effects. While something called the beta voltaic effect allows the diamond to convert the emitted electrons from the radioactive decay into electricity. Essentially an unlimited energy device. And they told us it wasn't possible. Not literally though, as this decay obviously doesn't last forever, but it is very, very slow, meaning these things can produce energy for a very long time. The half-life of carbon-14 is about 5,700 years and would allow this battery to provide energy for thousands, possibly up to 10,000 years before depleting. Which means if the ancient Egyptians hypothetically developed this battery at the height of their civilization, this thing would still be running to this day. For now, they're planning on mainly using these batteries for things like deep sea or space equipment for convenience sake, or even for pacemakers and hearing aids that never need to get replaced. But I know we all want it for the same purpose. Smartphones. Do you think we'll see the release of the world's first phone that only needs to be charged once every 10,000 years in our lifetime?
We definitely won't get this for our phones. Something like this will probably never hit consumer products. If they can't make money off of it, they probably won't move forward with it. That's just the truth. Before we get to the rest of the video though, I need to show you something scarier than the Goatman's Bridge. And that's hackers getting their grubby fingers on your personal information. That's why today's video is sponsored by Aura. Hackers may have stolen every single American social security number. Over 2.9 billion records were stolen from national public data. And if you don't know what or who they are, they offer your personal info to employers, private investigators, it's cold as balls, staffing agencies, and companies that do background checks. What was that? All these stolen records include your name, your address, your phone number, your social security number, and your date of birth. And reportedly, all of these hackers have released this information online for free. So if you weren't being careful with your online info, this should be your wake-up call. We've never been as vulnerable as we are today, but if you had a service like Aura, all those worries would melt away. Aura will alert you if they find your social, your email, or your phone number on the dark web. And they reach out to you quickly to let you know if anybody's tried using your info to access your bank account or open a credit line. You also get up to $5 million in identity theft insurance just in case the worst was to happen, like the Goat Man showing up. They also have tons of other features on the app to keep you safe online. You can go to my link in the description down below at aura.com/Ahuevo to get your 14-day free trial. And that's plenty of time for Aura to see if any of your info has been leaked online. I highly recommend you do this now,
because not only is national public data not going to do anything to help you,
but they probably won't even face any consequences for these leaks. I'm not leaving myself vulnerable to any of these leaks, and neither should you. Go to aura.com/Ahuevo to try 2 weeks for free. Thank you again to Aura for sponsoring this video, and again, you can get this deal by clicking the link in the description down below.
Are they using birds to monitor us?
that might be a military drone. We've seen them before. Never did I think I'd be all into the birds aren't real movement. This one I'm actually starting to believe.
They literally put it in bread. It's yoga mat material. And it's legal, and once again, illegal in Europe. RFK specifically talked about azodicarbonamide.
What would they put that in, like a...
Subway bread. Like Google Subway.
Bread. Yes, Subway bread previously contained azodicarbonide, a chemical that is also used in plastics and shoes. When did they stop? 2014, it looks like.
Yeah, when the food babe, she actually brought this to everybody's attention because it was in Wendy's, It was in McDonald's. And I think most of the companies didn't remove it, but she specifically was picking on Subway. She had a massive campaign. She got it out of Subway, but a lot of other companies and a lot of breads in the supermarkets and stuff, they still have the yoga mat material in them.
What the hell's wrong with our government? Seriously. It's unbelievable the crap they allow to go into our food. It really is. There's no escaping it, man. There's plastic in everything we eat, everything we consume. Bone cancer is gnarly. Oh, that's pure nightmare fuel. Look at the sharp edges growing into the eye socket. Oh my god. That's terrifying. Out of all the cancers, this one seems extra evil for no reason. I love it. It really is beautiful. God bless America. This is legit the most American thing ever.
This single piece of fabric defies all scientific explanation. It's the tilma of Our Lady of Guadalupe, and no one can explain why it still exists today. See, 500 years ago, it was a cloak belonging to Juan Diego, an indigenous Catholic convert in Mexico. The Virgin Mary appeared to him saying she wanted the bishop to construct a church on a hill outside Mexico City. When the bishop asked for a sign, Mary told Juan Diego to gather some flowers in that cloak, or tilma, and bring them to the bishop. But this was December, when nothing is blooming, and the flowers weren't even native to that area. So That should have been a good enough sign. But when Juan Diego opened his tilma, everyone in the room was shocked to see this image of Mary imprinted on the cloak. The rest is history. 9 million people were baptized in Mexico over the next decade. But what's even crazier is the tilma shouldn't exist anymore. Agave fiber normally decays after 15 to 30 years, but it's still in perfect condition today. A NASA scientist examined it with infrared light and found no signs of preservation techniques. The tilma also survived an acid spill that should have dissolved it and a terrorist bombing that took place directly beneath it. Not only that, but there is no trace of paint or brush strokes making up the image. A Nobel Prize-winning chemist discovered the pigments come from completely unknown material, and the stars on Mary's mantle are arranged exactly as the constellations above Mexico City appeared at that time of year. This is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to freaky forensic facts. There's tons more you can learn online, but this might be the most important detail. Mary appears in the image as a mestiza, a mixed child of Spanish and indigenous parents, and the lowest class of Mexican society. This means Mary chose to appear as a lowly, mixed-race girl in order to unite indigenous Mexicans and Spanish colonials in the worship of her son, Jesus Christ.
That's crazy. I did not know that painting had all that lore. Another creepy thing about it is that Guadalupe means Valley of Wolves. I think that's what it means. Let me double check. Meaning the Valley of Wolves. Guadalupe stems from Arabic Wadi, Valley, River, and Latin Lupe. Its use as a given name was inspired by the Spanish title for the Virgin Mary. What is happening? Why is this horse sprinting? Yo, it's sprinting. I think he forgot how to be a horse. Maybe the horse discovered it makes him faster. It's definitely a smoother ride. That's weird, man.
New AI cameras which can tell if a driver is drunk are being trialled on UK roads. The new tech works by analysing images of passing cars for signs of driver impairment. It then immediately alerts nearby police officers if it detects a potential impairment, who can then stop the vehicle and conduct a roadside test. The creator of the new technology did acknowledge concerns about AI technology on our roads, but defended its use given the decline in road policing officers. Last month, we revealed how AI cameras were being used to catch drivers on their phones or not wearing seatbelts, with thousands of AI traps popping up nationwide. A new heads-up camera has also been trialled in Manchester over a 5-week period, resulting in over 3,000 people being caught on their phones or without a seatbelt.
Bow down to your new AI overlords. They are super surveyed over there. You can't get away with nothing, man. There's just another way for them to control people and take their money. Damn. That's disappointing. This video is hella fake. Look at the way this car is sitting next to the sidewalk. Also, these mailboxes are ginormous.
Have you ever gone to the grocery store, a drive-through, and they're asking you if you want to round up to donate money to a certain cause? Did you know that those corporations at the end of the year are donating all that money they've collected to that charity and taking a tax write-off for it? Yeah, so side note, charities are great, but you want to contribute on your own. The corporations don't need your help.
And this is getting out of hand too. I swear for like the past 6 months, every store I've been into, they ask if you want to donate to some type of cause. And she's 100% right. They will take that tax write-off. All with your money.
New pyramids just came out. Croatia now. And they're aligned with Orion. So we have the Zion pyramids in China, we have Teotihuacan, we got Giza, and now these guys, all aligned with the same stars. Angkor is aligned to Draco, Yucatan's aligned to, like, the whole sky. But why align to a star? It has no functional purpose on Earth. Despite being separated by hundreds, if not thousands of years, they use the same symbols. How many similarities do we need to add to the bucket of coincidences before we start taking that seriously? Because they can communicate this very effectively without words, which makes sense because, you know, a story can be interpreted differently, but geometry doesn't lie. Rocks are really hard to edit, especially if they're made out of very hard ones. But if I had something really important to communicate, I'd probably do it in a language that the whole universe can read.
Man, we don't know nothing. I think Graham Hancock is seriously onto something, man. That's too crazy, right? That they all line up the same way. And they're gonna keep finding more and more with LiDAR now. They don't even have to dig. They can just scan everything.
What in cousin tarnation? Alabama Betty Crocker, Miss Betty White shit. What in cousin tarnation? Alabama Betty Crocker, Miss Betty White
I think bro switched teams. Someone get that deer a hunting rifle. ASAP.
This invention proves Japan is living in 2050. This is how electricity is being generated in Japan simply by people walking. Let me explain. In Tokyo, one of the busiest cities in the world, special black tiles have been installed along many walking paths. Each time someone steps on these tiles, they capture the kinetic energy from the footstep and convert it into electricity, helping to power the city. This is made possible by a smart technology called piezoelectricity. Just one step can generate enough power to light up 10 bulbs for 20 seconds.
So why don't we just install this in every city on planet Earth? Free electricity for everyone.
So I'm schizophrenic and I'm going to show you what my hallucinations look like. So most of what I see is that I'll see a black shadow behind me, like this. Or I will see them peek around the corner like this. This is a major reason why I never have like doors like this. I always have them open because they will also do this one thing. They will look through the crack of the door and just stare at me. It's freaky. Or I'll be in my living room and they'll be staring at me in my kitchen. So I really don't see people, I see black masses. I've seen zombie-like figures a couple of times, but I was really close to a mental breakdown. But yeah, that's what I usually see.
Bro, that just makes me think of the movie Sixth Sense. Like, maybe schizophrenics can see something that we can't. Maybe it's not in their brains. That's terrifying. I can't imagine what it's like to feel like you're never alone. I don't know how you could do it, man.
A mysterious illness has emerged in Uganda that causes uncontrollable body tremors. Since its first reported case in early 2023, Dinga Dinga, which roughly translates to shaking like dancing, has puzzled health officials and the exact cause remains undetermined. It primarily seems to be affecting women and girls. Roughly 300 cases have been documented, all of which are confined to Uganda's Bundibugyo district, and the symptoms include uncontrollable shaking, fever and fatigue, and mobility issues due to the severity of the shaking. Fortunately, no fatalities have occurred, and the illness appears to be treatable with antibiotics, leading to a recovery within a week. There has, however, been a lot of comparisons to the dancing plagues of 1518 in France. During that well-documented historical event, people started dancing uncontrollably for days, sometimes leading to exhaustion-related deaths. And while experts have never fully confirmed the cause of the dancing plague, there are a number of key differences to Dinga Dinga, leading them to believe that, don't worry, they're not the same thing.
How do they know it's not the same plague? They just didn't have antibiotics back then. It might actually be the same exact sickness. The only difference I see is that we have modern medicine now.
Ya, entramos. O sea, pues tiene lo interior, con lo interior, papeles, el periódico, al parecer.
Oye, la Navidad y los delincuentes.
Bro, they're wilding down in Peru. Ain't no way. My custom GTA character in serious missions, yeah. Bro, the internet has turned the real world into a living meme. Nothing is serious anymore, and I love it. He's so gleeful about it too, hopping around and dancing and whatnot.
Am I tripping, or is there a car in the sky? Am I tripping, or is there a car in the sky?
I don't think you are tripping. That there's a 1992 Toyota Corolla. Once you hit 1 million miles on the odometer, they become airborne.
Kev, that's you? Yeah. Yeah, we just bailed you out, bro. What's up?
Come on, man.
No, we just bailed you out.
But why? I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm homeless, man. Where I'm going?
We just go around bailing people out.
Nah, but where am I going? Oh, man.
Yo, come on, what's up? What happened?
Nah, man. Why you bailing me out, though?
I'm saying we do like goofy bails and stuff. Relax.
I ain't got nowhere to go. I got nowhere to sleep. Well, it's cold out here.
We gonna get you something to eat.
Find a place how you can get me back in there.
We gonna get. I
want to go back in.
We gonna get.
I want to go back in.
We gonna get you some food. We gonna get you some food.
I want to go back in. I don't want to be in the streets. I want to go back in.
You want to go back to jail?
Yes. I want to go back in. I don't know why you brought me up.
I mean, I'm gonna talk to them and see if they could get you back in, but I don't know.
Where I'm gonna go? Where am I going? I was comfortable where I was at. Supposed to leave where I was at. I was good. Warm. I ain't gotta pay for no rent. I'm good. Get me back in.
I don't know if we can get you back in. I could talk to the bail officer and see if she can get you back in. I can't guarantee you anything, but we could go to the bail office together if you want.
He said, get me back in. This is actually sad, man. That's crazy. If you think about it, though, it makes sense. I understand this poor guy. He had somewhere warm to sleep. He had a bed. He was probably getting at least 2 meals a day. It's probably freezing cold outside. Damn. That's how bad it is out there, man. He'd rather be locked up. That's crazy.
Things you should never do at home.
Number 1, play around with the Ouija board. You don't know what portal you're opening. You don't know what demons are gonna come through, so don't do it. Number 2, never have a welcome mat or a welcome sign outside your residence. You're inviting that you don't know actually exist into your space, into your home, into your family's home. Next, never sleep with a mirror facing your bed. Never face a mirror towards your bed and go to bed. You're defenseless, and also never have 2 mirrors facing another. You don't know what will enter. Next, if you hear a baby screaming or something is knocking at your door or your walls, do not go to investigate. Don't go to see what it is. If you're not trained, don't do it, because oftentimes this is baiting you into a trap spiritually. And finally, if you want to challenge a spirit, if you see something or hear something or feel something in spirit, and you want to challenge it and you're not trained, don't do it.
So don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do anything. Mind your business at all times. Got it.
There needs to be term limits. We're done with the conversations. There needs to be term limits. If you're a representative and you're watching this video somehow, some way, or if you're a senator and you're watching this video, and maybe it will get to you, maybe it won't, there needs to be term limits. Representative Kay Granger, not seen in 6 months, located at a dementia care home. She represents people in her district. She can't do that if she has dementia. Dementia, and these people, we keep voting them in. This is a young person's job. These people need to be, just let them be old. I've said this before in a different video. Let them be old. This is absolutely absurd.
Excuse me? And she was probably getting paid. This should be considered fraud. There should be term limits, age limits. Like, for real, that's so scary. These are the people running our country, bro. Even the president has to leave after 2 terms. I'm just saying.
This puppeteer is not only controlling that puppet that you see right there. He's making this puppet draw a painting right in front of us. I don't think people realize how difficult it is to be a puppeteer and take an inanimate object to create a storyline. But this puppeteer is drawing a painting. That's taking 2 skills and merging it in one. This is like breaking the 4th wall in the art world. This artist is going viral right now for good measure, because I've never seen something like this. Top of adding personality to the puppet, this dude is literally drawing on strings. The amount of talent and skills that's in this world is really wild, man. There's so many artists and entertainers in the world that don't get the respect and credibility that they need. What you're seeing is somebody taking 2 skills and merging it into one. I've seen puppeteers make a whole storyline, and that's impressive itself. For this dude to make the puppet draw a painting on top of that is wild. Wild work. His social media handle is right there if you want to search him up. This artist deserves to keep on going viral. Social media, do your magic.
I don't know anything about art, but this is what modern art should be. Not all the crap that they launder money with, like the banana that was taped to the wall. That's ridiculous.
Have you ever seen someone with dead eyes? I need your thoughts and opinions on this, but here's what Robert Greene says.
Deep narcissists have dead eyes. They almost can't help it. They can fake the smile, they can fake everything else, but the eyes, you have to be able to read it, because you say, well, what are dead eyes? You'll know it when you see it. They're like looking through you. They're not looking at you. They're looking through you. What can I get out of you? You're what they call a self-object. They're an object for you to use. And that's how they're looking at you, like they would look at a hammer.
Okay, now obviously he's talking about dead eyes within context of like narcissists, because I think a lot of different groups are grouped into what dead eyes are. The ones that this is referring to can also sometimes be called shark eyes. I understand there's different eye shapes. I understand there's groups who don't make a lot of eye contact, or people that like to disassociate. I understand that there's trauma that can be associated with eyes. None of those things mean that these people are narcissists. What's fascinating to me is when you take in the dark tetrad of personality types. Psychopaths, sadists, narcissists, Machiavellians. They can mask most things, but they cannot mask their eyes all the time. And when you've seen the dead eyes I'm talking about, you know it. But anytime I talk about eyes that creep me out, this one comes to mind.
Oh, yeah. Now, thank you, Lord. Help me. Just let me pray.
Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood.
So, have you seen dead eyes? Do you believe this? Or is Robert Greene making broad, overt generalizations?
And don't you ever say I did. Yo, that is my favorite meme. No joke, I will quote that at least once a day. It's too unhinged not to. Kenneth Copeland might not just have dead eyes. I think he might actually be Satan.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm nervous.
The hell, bro? That sounds like a stadium full of people. I don't know what to make of that. When you hear banjos, you're done. Well, I didn't hear no banjos, so they might be okay.
Insane Coincidences, Part 1. David Hull was digging for gold in 2015 when he came across a rock that he was certain had gold inside. But after years of failing to crack the rock open, he decided to get it checked out by an expert, and it ended up being something much more rare than gold. Turns out it was an iron meteorite estimated to be 4,600,000,000 years old. When a Filipino fisherman's anchor got stuck on a rock, he decided to take it home with him as a good luck charm. He kept it under his bed for 10 years until his house burned down in a fire. He soon found out that it was actually the largest pearl ever found, valued at right around $100 million. In 1915, a distraught woman who was late to her sister's funeral demanded to see her one last time. So the coffin was raised out of the ground, and when it was open, the woman sat up and smiled. She went on to live for another 47 years. This man painted a girl inspired by his imagination, and when he met someone who looked exactly like her, he married her.
Only the last one was a coincidence. None of the ones before it were coincidences. They were interesting, but not coincidences.
Ghosts are probably real, and we know this because of one very specific thing that keeps happening to people who get into car crashes. I'm Kaylin, I host a Heart Starts Pounding podcast, and I get a lot of ghost stories from listeners. But there is one specific type of ghost story I get the most, and it's always from people who don't believe in ghosts at all. And it specifically happens to people who get into car crashes. I've gotten hundreds of these kinds of stories, and they always go like this. So a person will get into a car crash and then be in really bad shape afterwards. And then out of nowhere, someone will appear to them. Sometimes it's an EMT or someone saying they're an EMT, but a lot of times it's like the person's grandmother that, or another family member that passed away. That person will tell the person that got in the car crash what to do to survive and will oftentimes tell them that they're not going to. And when this happens, no one else at the scene will have any idea what the person's talking about. The EMTs will have not seen this person. Eyewitnesses will have not seen this person, yet the person who got into the accident swears that someone showed up and gave them advice. And the craziest thing is this has been happening for all of human history. It's called the third man syndrome, and I actually did an episode on it. But even in the time before cars, it seems like people who got themselves into life and death situations reported seeing someone come to them, usually a loved one that passed on. If you want to hear more, I have a lot of listener stories episodes, which contain a lot of these kinds of stories because, like I said, it's the most common ghost story I get. But yeah, let me know in the comments if this happened to you, and you can always check out my website to send your story in, and it could end up on the podcast.
Dude, I've had family members that have dreamt that another family member had passed away, and then it actually happens. And this has happened on more than one occasion. So I don't know what you call that, because technically they're not ghosts yet, but that freaks me out. Nobody better be dreaming that I pass away, I swear.
I hope you can hear this. It sounds like gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me. This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me. And I still cannot figure out what it is. Look, they're ruining this freaking place. What in God's name is it? It's bigger than me, whatever it is. Because it's breaking limbs off that it would take me 2 minutes to saw.
I wish you'd stop turning the light off.
Look, see, he's coming right above me right here. He's fixing to throw something at me, whatever it is. Yeah, they don't like you messing with them. Look. What in God's name? Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. What in Jesus' name is doing this? Oh my God, he just took half the tree down. Something, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, it's gotta be a, I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades and it doing this. It's something stronger than a bear. And he is pissed. Yeah, that's a healthy tree. About 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches in diameter that he just broke because he's pissed because I'm getting close to him. I think I'm gonna bounce because I think he just hit the ground, which means he's about to face me on foot. And I don't really want to wrestle with somebody that can tear trees down just because they're mad. My God, look at the tree he just freaking broke in half.
I wish you would have actually held a light on it. I didn't get to see anything. I wonder if it was a bear. Well, whatever it was, you have zero survival instincts. Well, guys, that's all I have today. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you're awesome and I appreciate you. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.